Hi. Okay, so we've been working with absolute value inequalities, and just from the number of students stopping in and other people stopping in to get more help and see this again, apparently I need to hit this video so that you have something to look at and refer back to. There is a flow chart here. Use the flow chart. I will never request you to work on these without this being somewhere in the room. So let's make sure we understand what this means. Okay, looking at the first box, our very first step is to make sure that the absolute value is alone on one side. So look at the absolute value inequality I have up here. Do you see where it says the absolute value of 2x, and there's nothing added or multiplied outside of that on the same side? So my absolute value is alone on one side. So my answer here is yes. Ready to go on to the next one. So now I need to identify, is the inequality a less or a more? This is why we've been using the highlighters. Go back to your problem and see, does it match a less side or a more side? This matches a less number, right? The less inequality. So I'm going to follow my spreadsheet down here. And if you remember from the Ed Puzzle video, when it's less, we do less for nest. Nest means that I'm going to put something on both sides, okay? Refer back to that Ed Puzzle on absolute value inequalities, and you'll hear the guy chanting over and over, less is nest, more is or, okay? This is a nest. So before I do anything, I'm going to draw my nest. Okay, before I even put anything in it, draw the nest. Okay, just like that. And if I look back here, it says, write a nested problem. So inside the nest is going to be the inside stuff from the absolute value. So if I look up here, my inside stuff is the 2x. That goes right there. Okay? Then I'm going to split my answer into a negative answer and a positive answer. The negative one, the little one goes first, and then the big one. So I have 6. I need to split it into minus 6 and a positive 6. Okay? That seems to be the most difficult part, all right? So now when I look at it, I need to say to myself, is the x alone inside the nest? To do that, I need to see that these are 3 distinct areas, okay? I've got a right side, a left side, and a middle. So let's put our dotted lines. This says 2 times x. To get rid of times, we're going to divide. What I do here, I do 3 times. Remember, triplets. These 2's are going to reduce down to 1, so they're gone. Over here, I have negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And on this side, I have a positive 3. Okay? This converts really nicely right into my graph. At negative 3 and at 3. These both are open dots, and my x is nested in the middle. So all of my answers are between negative 3 and positive 3. Okay? So 0. 0 is a solution. 0 would make my original equation true. If I go way out here and it's not covered, those numbers would not make my original equation true, okay? Say I chose 5. 5 times 2 up at the top gave me 10. The absolute value of 10 is 10. 10 is not less than 6. So you see that's not a solution, okay? So this one, there you go. The absolute value of x plus 3 is less than 4. Okay. Is the absolute value alone on one side? If I cover up the x plus the less than 4 over here, there is nothing else on that side of the absolute value, just x plus 3. So I'm ready to identify my inequality and match it. Is it a less as is nest or a more is or? Okay, this is another less problem. So go down here on the less side and it says, write a nested problem. All right, let's draw the nest. What goes in the nest? All of this part right here goes right down in the nest as x plus 3. This, I'm going to split it into a negative answer, positive answer. Negative 4, positive 4. Okay? That is the hard part. That's the splitting. Now I need to get x alone in the nest. Right now I have x plus 3. So I need to subtract 3 to cancel it out. Because positive 3 and negative 3, well, that gets rid of 3. Okay? Over here I have negative 4 and negative 3. Negative 4 and negative 3 is negative 7. Same sign, 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay? This is the extent of the problems that you're working on, but I want you to notice that this goes very nicely into a line graph like this with x. All of my x's are in the middle, between negative 7 and 1. Negative 7 and 1. All of my x's are between. All of my solutions are between. Okay? Oh, I want to change this problem. This one is also a less than problem, but I think that what we really need to try is the other kind. So I'm going to rewrite this problem so that you get practice using a more problem. All right. I still am going to start at the very first box on my flow chart that says, is the absolute value alone on one side? Here's where my sides are. I have to get rid of plus 1. It's outside of the car wash. To get rid of a plus 1, I do minus 1. So now I have the absolute value of 3x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 8. This may give us some ugly numbers because I changed it, but that's okay. I don't think so. All right, now I need to identify my inequality. Is it a less is nest or more is or? Okay, you see how this one and this one, they're the same. This is the more side. So I need to go down to the other box. I'm going to end up writing 2 small inequalities. Okay? So when I split this one, I have 3x minus 2. That's from the inside. Should be showing you the flow chart here, sorry. The stuff inside the absolute values, right here. That's what my orange stuff is. I'm going to have an or in the middle. I'm going to use a less than and a greater than. Okay, this one is or equal to, but that's okay. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Well, where'd you get those, Miss Bowman? Well, I just followed the flow chart. Okay? I just followed the flow chart. I didn't make them up. Are they always that way? Yep, they always are. If they have an or equals to, you're going to do that. If it doesn't, then you're just going to do these plain old ones like this. but they're both going to be pointing out. Okay, because these are going to make OR problems. This one and that one. And then I'm going to take the answer. You see my answer up there is 8. So I'm going to make a -8 in the first one and a +8 in the second one. I don't know why. Just do it that way. Just follow the flow chart. -8, +8. Okay? -8, +8. I have 2 separate inequalities here. I solve them separately. Do not solve them at the same time. They're going to ask you to do similar things, but because of that negative, it's going to throw you off a little bit. Sorry, there's an announcement. Okay, your parents waiting. Get to the front of the school. All right, I'm going to draw a little dotted line here, add 2, and then divide by 3. Oops, that really threw me having an announcement in the middle. All right, so I get 3x less than or equal to -6, divide by 3, x less than or equal to -2. All right, let me check it, or Eden will let me know that I'm wrong. He always catches my errors. All right, feel good about that one. Add 2 to both sides. And now I get 3x greater than or equal to 10. Yeah, that's not so pretty, but that's okay. We are just going to leave it as 10/3. So this one graphs a little bit differently. I have a -2, and here I have a 10/3, which is 3 1/3. You can say that as well. It's all the same. Don't freak out. This one, open dot or closed dot? Closed dot. So closed dot right here, and it says all of my x's are smaller than -2. So I do a solid dot and go closed side. Okay? On this side, closed dot, all of my x's are bigger, because this is the big side, all of my x's are bigger. So on this one, on an OR, they point out, like oars on a boat. Right, Manuel? Oars on a boat. Go out. Okay? All right. If you have any other questions, you can comment, and I will try to answer you over the weekend, or you can just see me on Monday. All right? Good luck with your homework.